All right, let's just dive right into the anatomy of a marketing engine that actually converts. In this explainer, we're looking at a pretty fascinating dynamic, why 3-second front-end hooks are the absolute ultimate driver of results, and why you literally need an operational back-end to prove it. We're pulling some really cool data and strategies from the experts at Amplimedia, Layer 5, GoHighLevel, and Dental Revenue to unpack exactly how this whole ecosystem works.
So think about your own doom-scrolling habits for a second. You know, when you're on TikTok, Instagram, or LinkedIn. What is it that genuinely interrupts your feed? Because let's be real, you're probably blowing past dozens of posts a minute. The absolute best marketing videos out there, they aren't just beautifully filmed. No, they are meticulously engineered to hijack your attention and force you to pause. And the answer boils down to exactly 3 seconds. That's it. 3 seconds. That is the tiny, completely unforgiving window you have to grab attention before your viewer just disappears forever. Amplimedia's research actually reveals that viewers make this subconscious, split-second decision right in that window to either commit to watching or just keep on swiping. This is exactly why 3-second hooks drive results. They are literally the ruthless gatekeepers to the rest of your funnel. If you fail here, your content basically doesn't even exist to the consumer.
Because of this, top agencies actually architect their short-form scripts entirely around this limitation. Amplimedia uses this really brilliant 3-act formula. Act 1 is the hook, capturing that instant attention. Once you actually have them, Act 2 is the value. Here, you've got this brief little window from seconds 3 to 15 to identify a problem and tease the solution. And finally, Act 3 is the call to action, expertly guiding them to click or comment before you even hit the 30-second mark. It's a super precise, highly engineered rhythm.
Okay, so how do you actually write a hook that stops traffic dead in its tracks? Well, you can throw a highly targeted question right at their pain point, like in this one B2B SaaS video from What a Story that opens instantly with, "Are you struggling with quoting delays?" Boom. It filters for the exact ideal buyer right away. Or you could drop a totally surprising fact, kind of like Amplomedia's hook, 80% of people ignore ads. You basically want a punchy, conversational delivery that effectively snaps the viewer right out of their scrolling trance. But right here is the critical pivot. We've talked a lot about the front stage, that flawless 3-second hook, or a highly polished video built on platforms like Videos with the perfect brand colors and calming audio to build trust. But here's the kicker. All of that creative genius, it is entirely wasted without the backstage operational plumbing required to actually capture and attribute the lead that your awesome video just generated. Let's actually look at how this plays out chronologically using GoHighLevel's Google Business Profile call tracking. So imagine your 3-second hook worked perfectly. At minute 0, a super fired up customer searches your business and taps call. At minute 1, that call doesn't just ring some random phone on a desk, it routes through a tracked lead connector number that was automatically placed in your Google profile. And at minute 2? Well, if your front desk happens to be swamped and the call goes unanswered, the system steps right in.
Instead of just logging a missed opportunity and calling it a day, GoHighLevel instantly fires off a missed call text back. It engages the caller immediately, like right before they can even think to dial a competitor. Think about this as your ultimate operational safety net. I mean, you fought incredibly hard and probably spent really good money to win that attention with your 3-second hook. This ensures you don't lose all that hard-earned momentum just because somebody had to step away from the front desk for a minute. But a truly smart backend isn't just about catching missed calls. It's really about listening. Systems like GoHighLevel use what they call workflow goal events. So rather than forcing a lead through this rigid, super annoying sequence of automated emails, the system acts as a listener for key milestones. Think a form submission, a payment being received, or a human team member actually replying to a text. The moment a goal is met, the system instantly adapts. It skips steps to make sure the whole journey feels highly personalized and responsive, rather than, robotic.
But here is where things get genuinely messy. Your 3-second hooks are killing it, the automations are firing on all cylinders, and leads are flowing in. Awesome, right? But proving your value? That becomes a total nightmare. According to a global PPC survey by Layer 5, a whopping 66% of agencies cite data integration and attribution as their absolute biggest hurdle. I mean, they have leads, they have sales, but connecting that final dollar back to the specific video hook that started the whole shebang, it's incredibly difficult.
And honestly, it makes sense when you look at why that happens. The average marketing environment today is a totally fragmented mess of like 17 to 20 different platforms. When agencies try to report using this duct-taped mix of Looker Studio, spreadsheets, and meta ads, well, discrepancies are literally guaranteed.
Meta takes credit for everything, GA4 completely disagrees, and agencies end up burning 30% of their week just trying to reconcile the truth. Switching to a unified dashboard is a complete game changer because it relies on a single, ID-resolved source of truth for 100% accuracy.
Which brings us to a massive reality check from the team at Layer 5. Clients do not fire you because they ran out of money. Actually, let me repeat that. They fire you because you failed to translate your campaign's value into a language that they actually understand. Agencies mistakenly blame budget cuts all the time, but clients consistently cite a lack of visible value. It's a massive disconnect. If you cannot definitively prove that your brilliant 3-second hook generated actual revenue, then in the client's eyes, well, it just didn't.
And this is exactly why specialized tools like the Dental Revenue AI Dashboard are absolute game changers. Instead of just handing a client a report showing superficial clicks or leads from a video, it connects those front-end hooks directly into the clinic's actual practice management software. It tracks the entire journey, attributes a new patient to the exact marketing source, and calculates real case acceptance. Basically, it proves actual, bankable outcomes, not just top-of-funnel vanity metrics.
To really put the financial power of getting this right into perspective, just look at Billy Footwear. By ditching their fragmented data and moving to Layer 5's unified attribution, they achieved a massive 36% year-over-year revenue growth. And get this, they did it on just 7% more ad spend. Their creative didn't just magically get better overnight. Their data did. Once they could clearly see exactly which 3-second hooks and channels were actually driving real revenue, they simply reallocated their budget to those undeniable winners.
There's this quote from Layer 5 that brilliantly summarizes the entire ecosystem we've unpacked today. Agencies don't lose clients because campaigns underperform. They lose clients because clients can't see the performance. A flawless 3-second hook is absolutely vital, for sure. It wins the attention, it wins the lead, and it kicks off the customer journey. But transparent, unified, and undeniably accurate reporting, that is what actually keeps the client paying their retainer month after month. The creative gets them in the door, but the data proves they should stay. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take a hard look at your own operations today. Is your fragmented, duct-taped backend silently losing the very same clients your creative hooks worked so tirelessly to win? If 3-second hooks drive results, you better make absolutely sure you have the unified